Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto I.O., the place where I read you the boring crypto news so you don't have to. My name is not important. Let's rock and roll. Today, Alameda Wallets funnel over $1.7 million via crypto mixers overnight. Sam may enter a plea deal in New York federal court next week before Judge Louis Kaplan. And Michael Saylor and Microstrategy adds to Bitcoin stake despite steep loss. Bitcoin, slightly red, going into the green. If you were here yesterday, you saw that we were starting to break down. Obviously, we bounced right off of my orange line here at the 16,450, 16,500 level. Got a little bit of a bounce. Now we're going up. Let's see what the rest of the day looks like. Ethereum kind of doing the same thing. Broke down, not as hard as Bitcoin, but now we're starting to get a little bit of a bounce and going up. Going into the weekend, starting tomorrow with Friday, might be volatile. Keep your eyes on the charts, guys. But yeah, as long as this continues to hold, I have a feeling we're going to continue to range inside of this level, like I said yesterday. So nothing new. Moving on to the news. Alameda Wallets funnel over $1.7 million via crypto mixers overnight. I haven't read any of these articles yet, but I'm assuming this is referring to when FTX was quote unquote hacked. A lot of this move, a lot of guys have been tracking these wallets that hacked the FTX exchange and drained the remaining funds that were in it after they went insolvent. They're seeing a lot of movement in them lately, and they're using a lot of like tornado cash mixers, things like that, from what I've been told. Let's get into it. Data negates the possibility of liquidators behind the fund transfers due to the use of mixing tools and extensive planning to hide transaction paths. 30 cryptocurrency wallets linked to the Alameda Research, the bankrupt sister company of crypto exchange FTX, became active on December 28th following 4 weeks of inactivity. These wallets swapped and mixed over $1.7 million worth of crypto assets through various crypto mixing services. Crypto mixers are often used by market exploiters and criminals to obscure the transaction path so that funds cannot be traced to the original source. As Cointelegraph reported on December 28th, the sudden movement of funds from Alameda Wallets just days after Sam Bankman-Fried was released on bail released suspicions across the cryptocurrency community. Nearly 24 hours later, it seems the culprit behind these funds transfers used extensive planning to hide transaction routes. According to the data shared by the crypto forensic group Arkham, the first transfer of funds began with multiple Alameda addresses swapping tokens for ETH, Tether, sending them to crypto mixers. A majority of these transfers were tracked to two main wallets, starting with, and it gives the wallet address. Tokens from the Alameda wallet were first sent to an address starting with OX738 and then on to an address with OX64E. The OX64E wallet then splits up the ETH and sends it to smaller wallets in size, generally $200,000 and $50,000. After that, it was sent to mixers such as FixFloat and ChangeNow. Another wallet used to swap stablecoins, where wallets assets were first swapped into USDT and then sent to FixFloat. A total of 800,000 USDT was swapped out using mixers, while another 400,000 USDT was funneled via other methods. An additional 200,000 USDT worth of stablecoins were sent to the Bitcoin network using RenBTC. In a total, $1.7 million worth of funds were swapped and sent through various mixing services as follows. And it breaks it down. The movement of funds from Alameda Wallet funneled through mixing tools created quite a buzz in the crypto community. Many questions the timing of the funds transfers, while others point out towards the use of mixing services and the inability of authorities to prevent such things despite the matter being sub judice. Yeah, between Sam really not spending any money on bond, and the next story with he's potentially going into a plea deal, it looks fishy. I mean, I think Sam's dumb enough to move funds around while he's technically in custody, but out on bail? No. But I mean, it wouldn't shock me. What do you guys think in the comments down below? Do you think this is Sam? Do you think these are hackers? Do you think it's an inside job? Let me know. Next story. Sam Bankman-Fried may enter a plea in New York federal court next week before a judge. Wow, a plea deal. So admitting guilt. Question is, will he get it? I know his lawyers might be pushing for one to try and lighten his, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically lighten the book that they're about to throw off this dude. But I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Bankman-Fried has claimed repeatedly that he does not consider himself to have criminal liability in the collapse of FTX, but his colleagues have already pleaded guilty. Here we go. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is scheduled to appear in court on the afternoon of January 3rd to enter a plea on 2 counts of wire fraud, 6 counts of conspiracy against him, and in relation to the collapse of FTX cryptocurrency exchange. Reuters reported on December 28th, citing court records. Bankman-Fried will appear before District Judge Lewis Kaplan in Manhattan. Is he in New York right now? Or isn't he in California right now with his parents? Palo Alto or some shit? Anyway, Judge Kaplan was assigned to the case on December 20th after the original judge on the case, Robbie Abrams, recused herself due to connections between FTX and the Davis Polk and Waterwell law firm, where her husband is a partner. The firm provided advisory service to FTX 2021. Dude, this stuff is so shady. It's so shady. There's so many hands involved in this. All right. Where was I? Kaplan was nominated by the U.S. President Bill Clinton in 1994 and is known for his straightforward manner and efficient handling of courtroom procedures. Bankman-Fried stated numerous times before his arrest that he does not believe he bears criminal liability for his actions at FTX as FTX CEO, saying it was simply an accounting snafu that led him unknowingly commingled funds of Alameda and FTX customers. John Ray, Bankman-Fried's successor at FTX, told a hearing of the United States House of Representatives Financial Services Committee, "I don't find any such statements to be credible." Ray has been brutal in his assessment of Bankman-Fried's management of the crypto exchange he co-founded. Ray said in a written testimony ahead of the House hearing, "Never in my career have I seen such an utter failure of corporate controls at entry level of an organization, from the lack of financial statements to a complete failure of any internal controls over governments whatsoever." Bankman-Fried is currently living with his parents in California, there it is, on $250 million bail bond. That it's not bail. He didn't put up $250 million. They put up a $4 million house as collateral. No cash was transferred. All of which was made up of the equity of his parents' house. There were several other conditions on Bankman-Fried's release, including mental health and substance abuse evaluation and treatment. Caroline Ellison and Gary Wang, members of his inner circle at FTX and the related trading firm Alameda Research, have pleaded guilty to charges against them and have agreed to cooperate with the prosecution. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, announced on December 22nd the deal with Ellison and Wang was reported made by that date, but kept secret until Bankman-Fried agreed to extradition from the Bahamas. Bankman-Fried's close associates, Nishad Singh, the former director of engineering, and Sam Trabucco, the former co-CEO of Alameda Research with Ellison, who resigned August 24th, have not been charged at this time. Look, if Wang and Ellison are pleading guilty, dude, the dude's going down. I mean, he's got to be crazy to think he's going to act as if he hasn't done anything negative. The rumors I'm hearing, I'm sure people have heard this as well, is that they're saying he knew 100% what was going on and it was his idea. I mean, they're going to throw him under the bus, man. So we'll see what happens. Last but not least, Michael Saylor and Microstrategy are back in the news. Microstrategy adds to Bitcoin stake despite steep loss. The value of the firm's Bitcoin holdings has declined 45% with an average purchase price of $30,397. Tongue-tied again today, guys. I apologize. In a new filing with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission software analytics firm, MicroStrategy said that it acquired 2,395 Bitcoin at an average price of $17,181 for a total of $42.8 million during the period of November 1st and December 21st. Subsequently, the company sold 704 Bitcoin at $16,776 per coin for a total of $11.8 million on December 22nd. On December 24th, MicroStrategy acquired approximately 810 Bitcoin for $13.6 million in cash at an average price of $16,845 per coin. In a Bloomberg interview published earlier this year, MicroStrategy CEO and blockchain personality Michael Saylor told reporters, "We're only acquiring and holding Bitcoin, right? That's our strategy. We're not sellers." The December 28th filing represents the first publicly reported BT sale by the firm in recent memory. In supporting the decision, MicroStrategy wrote, MicroStrategy plans to carry back the capital losses resulting from this transaction against previously capital gains, to the extent such carrybacks are available under the federal income tax laws currently in effect, which may generate a tax benefit. After the aforementioned transaction, MicroStrategy now holds 132,500 Bitcoin with an average purchase price of $30,397 and a total book value of $4.03 million, or billion dollars, excuse me. Holy crap. However, the market value has declined to $2.2 billion at the time of publication. MicroStrategy previously disclosed on September 9th that the company may issue or sell up to $500 million worth of common stock between October 1st and December 27th. The company sold 218,575 units for a total net proceeds of $46.4 million. Saylor is currently embroiled in a lawsuit brought by Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General on allegations of tax evasion. I didn't know that. Interesting. We'll see how that works out. I think he's loss harvesting. That's the word on the street. A tax loss. I forget what it's called. Basically, you sell at the end of the year, so you can basically make it look like you had a loss as opposed to a gain, so you get taxed less. Let me know what you guys think Michael Saylor's doing in the comments below. If you think he's harvesting a loss for taxes at the end of the year, do you think there's another strategy involved? Outside of that, guys, that is it. Not much else going on. Be safe out there. Use your stop losses. Not financial advice, guys. If you do like the content I provide every morning on this channel in the crypto space, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, turn on the bell for notifications, and guys, I will see you next time. I'm out of here.